Hello. Hey, it's Gingersnap, a conversation and a cookie with a creative Mainer. I'm Lisa Redfern, your host. I'm here with Ted Axelrod. I think that's the coolest name ever. You sound like you should be a rock star. Axelrod?
I always wanted a cool name, like
totally
Pins
cool.
or just something really.
No, that's a cool
but
name.
Everybody tells me they like my name.
I like your name, yeah. So who's Ted? Ted Axelrod. You are an acclaimed and incredibly talented photographer. I know because I was cruising all over your website and saw a lot of your work. It's just exquisite, really beautiful. And yes. So tell us what you're up to right now.
Other than this interview?
Yeah.
Work-wise.
What are you doing creatively as a creative Mainer? What are you up to?
Well, work-wise. Yeah. I'm actually waiting for my next two cookbooks to come out. One's the Beer Bible, or I actually forget the name, but it's a book all about home brewing. Mm-hmm. That was shot in Austin, and that I think just got released today. Yeah, that just got released today.
Nice.
Then I think in a couple weeks I have a book I shot in Boulder on tea for healthy living and it was a cancer fighting.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually shooting a fun piece Friday night for Maine Magazine, or Old Port, and I'm shooting it at the Merrill, but it's about a guy named Matt Guggenheim, who is a piano tuner. No.
Oh.
Yeah, well, the Guggenheims, yes, but not the Guggenheim Museum.
Yeah.
And he's a piano tuner that does everything from homes to the Merrill to the concerts on the pier. And Bowden Bates, and we actually reconnected a year and a half, 2 years ago, after not seeing each other for probably 38 years.
Wow.
We grew up together on the Jersey Shore.
Wow.
And both ended up in Maine, and he found me through some photo credits and some magazines.
Isn't that cool?
So that's a fun assignment that I've been looking forward to.
Cool.
But most of what I do is food and drink and farmers and chefs and all of that.
Okay, so guys, go on Ted's website, which is Ted Axelrod.
It's axelrodphotography.com.
Okay, sorry, axelrodphotography.com. And go to the farm part. It's just the farm stuff is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Ooh, it's really lovely. So that's how someone would get in touch with you if they want to hire you.
Yeah, and then I do some work. I'm waiting to hear on another book. That I'll be shooting actually here because for some reason they don't want to send me to Hawaii on poke, the raw fish dishes. So that one I'll be styling, cooking, and shooting myself.
Wow, cool. Yeah. All right.
And, some other things here and there.
Okay, so Ted, when did you tell the folks out in
hi folks
in Etherland? When did you first come to Maine and why?
That seems like a simple question, but you want the Reader's Digest version?
Whatever you want.
All right. I had never been to Maine until about 10 years ago. My wife is a lifelong summer resident, and they came every summer. Her father is a retired Episcopal priest, so of course she married a Jew. And the first time I came to their house was on Easter. Bring the Jew to Easter. It was
perfect.
It was perfect.
It's a Barry Levinson movie.
Yeah, but nobody wanted to sit next to me. I don't know why. And they would get a cottage in exchange. He would preach at this wonderful small little chapel called All Saints by the Sea on Southport Island, where they now live. They live there full time, and Susan's one of her brothers and his family live up in the mid-coast, and she always expected to live in Maine, wanted to live in Maine. She married her first husband, and just not a meeting of the minds. And then when we met at work. She was a food editor at a regional magazine, and I was the lead photographer, and we became friends, and then she'll tell a different story, but the truth is she threw herself at me.
And she will tell a different story.
No, she threw herself at me, and, I had to go out with her. She'll tell a very different story, but you know the truth.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
I heard it from you.
Yes, absolutely. And she brought me to Maine, and we came in at night, and I got up in the morning in the mid-coast, and we went for a run, and I was like, all I kept saying was, I'm not allowed to curse. So all I said was, holy crap. And then we would spend summers, we would spend a month, we rented a cottage up on Southport, and then we did a story together on Portland. I'll skip through. And we were walking down the street in Portland, and we looked at each other, and I said, "Are you thinking what I'm thinking?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, when you move here, please keep in touch with me because I'll miss you." And we decided at that point we were going to start a 5-year plan because her son needed to get out of high school. And then I just started trying to do some networking, and I started kind of being in both places half the time. And then the last piece was what was Susan going to do, and she got her first job here, which was with the Portland Press Herald. She comes out of a newspaper background, and that's what brought us here.
That's a good come to Maine story.
Yeah. It's nothing glamorous. It was just a slow, steady, kind of everyday working towards the goal. And now she's at Maine Magazine. So.
Right. That's great. Cool.
So we've made it work, and we ended up in our dream farmhouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dumb luck.
I agree.
This wasn't supposed to happen. Things don't happen to me.
Nothing's supposed to
happen. Susan's glass half full. She knew we'd find something like this. I didn't even know I could have a glass. Glass half empty would be an improvement. I didn't even know I could have a glass. No!
That's good. So, Ted, do you know your first word? And if you don't, what do you think it might have been? What do you imagine it would have been?
My first word? Like when I was born?
Yeah. Well, when you could talk. Unless you were says.
Well, you can tell I probably was an early talker. What was my first word? Well,
you can make it up.
It was probably like doo-doo, but no.
It was definitely doo-doo.
It was probably something like it, or I really have no idea, but I am sure it wasn't anything magnanimous or anything incredibly intellectual.
Okay.
They knew early on that I was not going to be an academic achiever.
Well, there are many other things to life than that. So my first word was cookie, which is one of the reasons I love cookies. And I brought Ted, I always feature cookies. These are from Rosemont. Look how enormous they are. Can you see those? Ooh. Okay, this is the peanut butter. I don't do peanut butter, but this is the snickerdoodle where you just can have a little bite.
Do I have to choose one, or do I get a bite of each?
You can have a bite of each.
That's good.
So thank you, Rosemont.
Little bites aren't in my vocabulary.
No.
It's like, when you see the...
These are so chewy, people.
Oh, I should have a bite.
People. These are my dad's favorite cookies.
This is like bite size, the whole cookie. You know what? On Halloween, you get the little fun-sized peanut M&Ms. There's nothing fun about that. Fun is the big, 3-pound bag.
Yeah.
I mean, that totally lasts for an evening, but that's the fun size. That's cookies I feel.
Okay. All right. So thank you for Rosemont. Now, moving on to cars. Did you have a car in your childhood that was really cool and if you could get back, you would as an adult?
Not as a child, but my favorite car that I owned was a Jeep Grand Cherokee Wagoneer.
I
The
had a
big
Wagoneer for a minute.
paneling on the sides. It was like the last year they made the big full, not the Cherokee Wagoneer, the straight Wagoneer.
Yep.
It was blue. I loved that. It was named Wilbur.
Wilbur.
I named it Wilbur.
Oh, perfect.
And I miss that one.
That's a good one. Okay, are you a reader?
No, not much. I read, not a book reader. I have, as a photographer, don't laugh, I have both a visual perception deficit and dyslexia. And as a result, I have low written retention, but I have big audio. Like I stopped reading my textbooks in college and I became a straight A student.
Nice.
So I read a lot of articles online, but in college I may be dating myself, but my favorite author was this guy named Cliff Note. Did you ever read any of his work? Clifford Note. I called him Cliff.
Yeah.
But
On a first name basis.
yeah, he had great volumes of work. I mean, he needed a more creative book designer because they're always yellow with black lines.
Exactly the same.
I know, but the work was good.
All right, then we're going to move on to music. Okay, Ted, do you have a song or an album that's been a touchstone for you that you come back to again and again? You don't have to choose just one.
I have different songs that enter my mind for different reasons. For me, it's more genre, but if I had to, one of the most sentimental, important songs to me in my life is Fats Waller, Ain't Misbehaving. my father was a big fan and a collector, and he unfortunately died young. And I don't want to bring this whole thing down, but there's a very significant reason that song's incredibly special to me.
I don't think it brings it down. I think it gives it meaning.
Well, when we knew he was going to die, I was the last one to see him, and we had a CD player next to his bed, and I was sitting. Everybody had left. I was the only one that kind of had a sense this was going to happen, and he loved this one nurse. She was about 5 foot tall and 5 foot wide, and the most amazing woman. Oh yeah, and I could tell that she probably was a very church-going woman, and she happened to have been African American. And believe it or not, my favorite song, being Jewish, one of my favorite songs is "Amazing Grace." So she came in and checked on my dad, and I said, "Do you know those words to Amazing Grace?"
She's like, "Oh, of course I
Or first I said, "Are you a church-going woman?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you know Amazing Grace?" And she said, "Yeah." And then I said, "Well, I have a really strange request, especially coming from a Jewish kid. It's my favorite song. Would you sing it with me to my father?" So she said, "Yes, I'll be back in 15 minutes when my shift ends." She came and we sang it to him.
Wow.
And I knew it was going to be the last time I saw my father, so I walked over and I hit "Ain't Misbehaving" on. Asked her if I could turn off the lights, walked off, and just said, "Dad, I love you, and thank you for being my father," and I left. And the next morning, he let himself go. So
that's a beautiful passage.
Yeah. So, but other than particular songs, I'm a big American Roots fan. So everything from go back to the June Carter Cash and the Cash Singers and the Carter family, and I mean you go back to Maybelle's father. I don't know if you know, you probably do, as an amazing musician, traveling through Appalachia, collecting old family hymns to keep it alive. So I love roots music, and then crossing over into bluegrass and that whole genre of music. So there's a lot of things that
good stuff out there.
Yeah, it's just good for the soul. It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
And then I'm also a big Grateful Dead person, and pretty much everything in between. I'm not really specific.
That's good.
Depends what my mood is.
Have a broad cast of broad. All right, Ted Axelrod, if a movie was made about your life, what genre would it be, and who would star as you, or who would you like to have star?
Oh, it would have to be like a dumbass comedy. Because I'm kind of an idiot savant without the savant part. So it would definitely have to be that. And there'd probably be 3 different people that would be perfect.
Oh, yeah. You could do an amalgam.
One is dead, and Rodney Dangerfield. People tell me that I don't see it, but Javier Bardem.
Oh, yeah, Bardem.
Yeah. So him.
Yeah.
I personally think that Larry David would be a good person for me. Susan always says that I don't like Curb Your Enthusiasm because it's too close to home, because I actually do say the things that he thinks of saying.
I love him.
You know what it is? I hate to see really dumb people go through life not realizing that they're dumb, so I feel it's my obligation to help them, enlighten them.
Okay.
Grocery store etiquette.
There's always room for improvement.
Exactly.
Species.
Look,
Oh my God.
I can only go up.
Yeah.
I'm not. The bar isn't very high to outperform me.
You don't even have a glass.
I'm never going to have a glass. I'm really. Have you seen the refrigerators that are smart refrigerators now? You see them advertised. They connect to your smartphone. I don't know. But
that seems crazy.
I'm like, yeah, you know what? I have 2 dogs and a wife, all smarter than me. I would like to have something over my refrigerator. I would like to at least reach the bar of being over my refrigerator.
You don't need the refrigerator to be smart.
Anyway.
Yeah. See, I think, so have you seen Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, the one with Jerry
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld?
I've seen parts of it. No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, you got to see that one. It's so funny.
I will.
Really funny one. I think he actually had him on there 2 times. At any rate, thank you so much for being here. I'm supposed to plug that a band that I'm in, Happiness to Burn, with Jonathan Cooper, Andy Happel, Jenny Van West, and myself, sort of Americana roots, folky stuff. We're playing at Congress Square Park tomorrow at 6 to 8. And
Really?
if you're in Portland, If you're in Portland,
I need to go.
Come on by.
You are an inspiring musician. The only thing I can play is my iPhone and stream music. So I'm impressed with people that can sing and play. And being a photographer, like what I photograph, it's all there. Mm-hmm. Singing, painting, any of those fine arts. It's like you're either interpreting something, but it's not there. It boggles my mind that people can do that.
Well, you bring a lot to the table yourself. So
well, you brought the cookies to the table.
This is a good table, by the way. You can't see it out there in ether.
I built it.
You did? It's beautiful. Oh, I love it.
Out of reclaimed, I think, gymnasium flooring.
I like
and
the double legs.
Sorry,
we're talking about something you guys can't see. All right, we'll let
it's
you
beautiful.
go.
Trust me, you don't need to see it.
So once again, this is Ted Axelrod. He's a wonderful photographer. Check him out at axelrodphotography.com. I'm Lisa Redfern. If you want to know more about my music, you can go to lisaredfern.com. And here comes the ending. You ready? Oh, this is episode 51. I was supposed to say that. 51 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah. This
That's impressive,
has been Gingersnap.